PDP Rivers State chapter, in response to an interview by Dr. George Nwaeke on Channels TV a few days ago against His Excellency Sir Dr. Fubara, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, and his team. Gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have called you out once again this afternoon to keep you informed of the certain development in our polity, especially as it concerns the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State, which is already in effect. You will recall that the President on the 18th day of March 2015 declared a state of emergency on the state of Rivers 2025, suspended the Executive Governor of Rivers State and the State House of Assembly for a period of 6 months and appointed a sole administrator. The purpose, according to the President, is to restore peace and order. But as we all know, there is no breakdown of law and order in any part of Rivers State. That is why, since the assumption of office, the sole administrator has no work to do. Besides, Section 305 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, spelled out conditions that should warrant a declaration of a state of emergency in any part of the country. For instance, the country must be at war. There must be imminent threat of war in any part of the country. There must be breakdown of law and order, or a threat to a total breakdown of law and order. And perhaps the governor of a state can request the president via motion supported by two-thirds majority of the House of Assembly to declare a state of emergency. Finally, there is no natural disaster in the state as to warrant a declaration of a state of emergency. All the conditions spelled out by the Constitution for a declaration of emergency, none is in existence in Rivers State. Today, as we speak, the sole administrator has resumed work. But you can agree with me, agree with the party, that there is no deployment of the military, army, navy, air force, or the police anywhere in any part of Rivers State. You can also agree with us that there is no breakdown of law and order in this state. There is no threat to the survival, peace, and existence of citizens in Rivers State as we speak. The sole administrator now merely occupies himself with dismantling existing governance structure in the state. For instance, he has sacked the Secretary to State Government, sacked the Chief of Staff, suspended all chairmen, board members of parastatals and agencies of government. He has equally gone ahead to ask head of local government administration to give him nominal roles of local government council. Local government council is a third tier of government. They have no business with the state, but is tinkering with local government. That is to tell you that the situation that has warranted, may have warranted the declaration of a state of emergency is non-existent in the state. What he's doing is pure politics, which is not enough for a declaration of a state of emergency. Going forward, a few days ago, the head of service, Dr. George Nwaeke, was forced to resign as the head of service of the civil service of Rivers State. And George Nwaeke, having resigned, easily became an easy tool in the hands of the FCT Minister, Wike, and his team, who are bent on bringing down the state. What did they end up in doing with George Nwaeke? George Nwaeke was compromised. and he became a serial betrayer. Just like Judas Iscariot decided to betray his master, Jesus Christ, George Nwaeke has decided to betray his own master, his benefactor, the executive governor of Rivers State, Fubara. We are sure the way Judas Iscariot is ended, that George Nwaeke will end the same way. Judas Iscariot ended up committing suicide because he lied against Jesus Christ. George Nwaeke has lied against Rivers State, lied against the governor of Rivers State, and equally lied against humanity. He will end up like Judas Iscariot. He will commit suicide, and the blood dollars he has collected will be used to purchase a burial ground in Omuma. That is my wish for him. Going further, George Nwaeke made spurious and unsubstantiated allegations against the governor of the state. And we wish, as a party, as a people, as citizens of the state, who know exactly who Sim is, he conducts government business in transparency in the open, to set the record straight. One, that George Nwaeke lied when he claimed that he was with the governor, when the governor handed over a bag of money to Edison Ehe to bomb the State House of Assembly. As far as we know and we are concerned, George Nwaeke lied. The true position is that when the bombing in the State House of Assembly took place, the Nigerian police force made over 7 arrests. The suspects were transferred to Abuja, charged to court, and they were remanded in Kuje Correctional Prison for over 8 months. Thereafter, the matter was transferred to Port Harcourt Division of the Federal High Court. The Federal High Court in Port Harcourt equally charged the suspects to court, equally remanded the suspects to Port Harcourt Correctional Center. But because of lack of due diligence by the police, the presiding judge of the court struck out and dismissed the matter early this year, and the suspects were set free. So the question of the governor, Edison Ehe, nor Chijoke Ihungo, as alleged by George Nwaeke that they were responsible for the bombing of the House of Assembly, cannot be substantiated. It is neither here nor there. 2, that George Nwaeke equally lied when he claimed that there has been an attempt to bomb the residence of the speaker by the governor, Edison Ehe, and perhaps Chijoke Ihungo. Again, this is a lie from the pit of hell. The true picture, the true position is that in October 2023, at the heels of the impeachment of the governor, there were protests across the state. Some youths marched across the state where the residence of the street where the residence of the speaker was located. The police equally arrested over 100 youths of Rivers State. They were charged to court. What I can't tell as I speak is the status of that matter in court. For George Nwaeke to allege that the governor, Edison Ehe, and Chijoke Ihungo were involved, again, is a lie from the pit of hell. Third, George Nwaeke further claimed that the governor, Sim Fubara, promised to work for Bala Mohammed in the forthcoming general election 2027 as president. As we all know, Bala Mohammed is the sitting governor of Bauchi State. Bala Mohammed is the chairman of Nigeria's governors, PDP Nigeria's governors forum, where Sim Fubara doubles as his deputy. By all standards, by all means, both men can meet anywhere, anytime, any day to discuss issues of the People's Democratic Party. that Governor Fubara promised to work for the presidency of Bala Mohammed is a lie again from the pit of hell by Dr. George Nwaeke. Besides, Bala Mohammed has not told Nigerians that he wants to run for the office of the president of Nigeria in 2027. 4, George Nwaeke equally lied when he claimed that the governor wants to demolish the House of Assembly quarters auditorium, where the House of Assembly currently sits. The question is, what has stopped the governor from demolishing the auditorium up till now? Can George Nwaeke tell Nigerians why the House of Assembly auditorium and entire House of Assembly quarters is still standing? Again, as far as we know, as a party, as a people, George Nwaeke lied that the governor wants to demolish the State Assembly quarters auditorium. Gentlemen of the press, George Nwaeke equally lied when he claimed that the governor held several meetings with militants to bomb, to blow pipelines, bomb national assets across the 23 local government area of the state. The governor assumed office of governor in May 2023. And from May 2023 till as we speak, there has been no single incidence of blowing of pipeline, no vandalization, no such thing has taken place. Where George Nwaeke got this information from is between him and his co-conspirators. Again, as far as we are concerned, George Nwaeke lied that the governor meets with militants to blow up public national assets. Number 6, George Nwaeke equally lied against the trade union, NLC, TUC, and other labor unions in Nigeria, that they want to carry out protests to distort facts, distort issues in the state. Again, it's a lie. Governor Fubara, on assumption of office, created a friendly relationship with the labor unions. In fact, the backlog of civil service promotion, he ensured that every civil servants were promoted. He equally ensured that in the past 2 years that he gave bonus to civil servants. When it comes to the issues, welfare of civil servants, welfare of citizens, the governor didn't play with it. If there is a relationship between the governor and the labor union, it is because the governor has created that friendly relationship with them. That the governor meets with labor union, dole out money to them to distort facts and issue, to carry out protests in Rivers State by George Nwaeke is also neither here nor there. There are claims that cannot be substantiated. He equally claimed, number 7, that the governor has set aside huge sums of money to influence the media. The media to do what? To influence them to do what? The governor has carried out projects in this state, and the projects the governor carried out speaks for the project, for him and the state. Before the declaration of state of emergency, Governor Fubara embarked on 2 weeks non-stop project commissioning. He did the same late last year. If SIM is popular, it's not because he paid the media. It is because he is delivering on the dividends of democracy and the mandate given to him by Rivers people. For Nwaeke to claim that the governor set aside huge sums of money to the media is equally lies from the pit of hell, and the lies cannot be substantiated. Number 9, he claimed that sometimes he slept in government house. Sleep in government house to do what? That is the question. He is neither the chief of staff nor the SSG that constantly meet with the governor. If the chief of staff tells us he sleeps in his office in government house, it's understandable. The SSG cannot even sleep in government house because it doesn't have an office there. George Nwaeke doesn't have an office in government house. Which office did he sleep? Which guest house did he sleep in government house? The government house doesn't have a guest house where the head of service, George Nwaeke, will sleep. Beyond this, George Nwaeke, by mandate of his office, deals with the civil servants. It doesn't deal with politicians. It doesn't deal with the governor. George Nwaeke, by all standards and all measures, cannot attend political meeting where the governor sits or presides. It is either the SSG, chief of staff, and other officers of government, including commissioners, and not the head of civil service. Again, this claim against the governor and the state is also substantiated, a lie from the pit of hell. George Nwaeke, by all means and measure, is a serial liar. Finally, George Nwaeke claimed that Rivers elders and Rivers people should re-examine their support for the governor. Re-examine their support. How? The question is how. You, a serial betrayer, now trying to address elders and leaders of Rivers State. You left government barely a week today, and you find yourself in the house, the office, the hotel of the Federal Capital Territory Minister, FCT, Nwaeke, in Abuja. The first question is, what was his aim? How did George Nwaeke travel to Abuja? Was he forced to go to Abuja? George Nwaeke had a career that spent over 40 years. He had put in service to the Rivers State government for over 40 years. George Nwaeke is close to 70 years. So whatever he's doing, whatever he's saying, whatever script he has read is because he was prepared and he has made up his mind for it. Nothing happens by accident. He bought the ticket that he used in traveling to Abuja. He packed his luggage in his house, went to the airport, boarded the flight, landed in Abuja, and went straight to Transcorp, where they kept for him to read the script. So nothing is accident. He's an adult, full-fledged adult. He's matured. He's a serial betrayer. Having betrayed to this extent, why would leaders and elders of Rivers State take him serious? Why did he think he's in a position to counsel Rivers elders and people to review their support for the governor? It is simply not possible. The support the leaders and elders of Rivers State, including Rivers citizens, have for the governor is sacrosanct. They trust his government, and they will continue to trust their government. They trust the governor as a person, they will continue to trust him. SIM conducts government business in the public with all degree of transparency. Therefore, the people will continue to support him. Finally, because we have examined, we have looked, and we have found no iota of truth in the entire drama that George Nwaeke acted, we have come to the conclusion that George Nwaeke, one, is a betrayer, serial betrayer. Two, highly compromised. Third, that he could not resist blood dollar. And for this reason, we call on Rivers people not to take any of the things that came out of the mouth of George Nwaeke serious and has been true. Two, we call on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to see the desperation in his minister. The minister wanted Supreme Court judge. They have given him. He wanted a state of emergency. The president has given him. What else does the minister want from the governor and Rivers people? Perhaps the head of John the Baptist. But the head of John the Baptist is not available. We therefore call on the president to call his minister to order that enough is enough. A state of emergency is in place. Let him allow the state of emergency to run its full course without interference. We call on our supporters, the People's Democratic Party, to be patient. As anything that have a beginning must equally have an end. That we have a state of emergency today is not the first time a state of emergency is being declared in Nigeria. It shall surely come to pass. Even if we reject it, we condemn it, but as law-abiding citizens, we are in it, we will live with it, and we will endure it. Even if we know that the president doesn't have the power in the entire constitution of the Federal Republic to suspend the governor, suspend the State House of Assembly, what can we do? We are citizens, we must obey, we must abide. Let the president see the desperation in his minister, jettison all the bogus allegations made by Nwaeke. They were scripts written by the FCT minister and his co-conspirators and given to Nwaeke to deliver. Believing that Nwaeke, having worked with him and just left the government, that Nigerians will believe him. From the beginning of the text he read to the end, you discover that it was all lie. You can see how he was shivering. Nwaeke is learned enough to speak from his mouth and not to read the written script. Even the written script written by him, he could not even read it well. We call on the president to jettison it, disregard them, and know that it is the desperation of his minister to take over the governance of the state, to take over the resources of the state, that is driving this entire process. Finally, we call on Rivers people, elders, youths, and everybody to keep faith with the governor. The governor has been given mandate for 4 years. He will deliver on the mandate. To us as a party, we will work hard to protect the mandate freely given to the governor and to our party. We will work hard to deliver the mandate. Thank you, and God bless all of you. Long live Fubara, long live the River State, and long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.